Oh, and my camera's not. I don't know why half the time that I open anything, the camera just decides it's not gonna work. Like I'm very confused by this. It was working a second ago. It was working just fine. Like it's working on this one. It's working on this screen. What's the problem? Maybe let's delete that guy and add in let's add in another guy, a different guy. There we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There's my face. All right. Hey guys. Quick announcement at the beginning of the stream. I am realizing that I should probably announce on the YouTube or on the Discord that I am currently streaming. I realize that is probably a thing I should do, but I'm silly. I'm silly and I did not think to do so. Copy link. Gonna go and pop this bad boy into the Discord. But yeah, so the news that I was going to bring up is that today I had a call with Bunker Branding. We are being accepted. So we will be having merch from Bunker Branding beginning in the new year. We're going to be setting that up with them in January. So that is the same guys who do Brandon Herrera's merch, as well as a bunch of other big YouTube channels. We're very excited to be joining that echelon, that tier. So, that's just one thing I really quickly wanted to bring up because I'm excited about it. But if I could just get this guy going. The personal. Boom. Gotta get better at doing that. Excuse you. Just kidding. I love you. Bless you. Yes. Yes. But yeah, so we're going to be switching over to Bunker Branding, which means that all of our merch is going to be much higher quality. You're going to have much better response for customer service issues. I am very excited about it, and you have theology night tonight, so you'll have to catch this later. IP Death Glare intensifies. Yeah, I really do love. I just love Inspiring Philosophy. He's gonna be back in February. I think like February 7th. We're having him on. I wanted to bring him on to talk about the Trinity because that's one of those concepts that even I am still iffy on. Like, I understand it. I've read about it. I've read the church council decisions. But it's one of those things that I personally feel I cannot adequately describe to people. So, since people have asked, I thought he would be a great person to bring on to talk about it. And Lore Lodge on the Unsubscribed podcast, whenever they're willing to have us. I do know that that Forbidden Frontier mentioned us the other night. Let me go over into here. Live. I think, as far as I understand, it was this guy right here. If you guys have seen this episode, I have not. Like, I scrolled through a little bit, but I could not figure out where where it was. Ella? You gotta stop, Ella. Don't argue with me. But yeah, so apparently we were brought up in this stream somewhere. If anybody knows the timestamp, I would love to take a look at it. But I was not able to sit through. I mean, it's a 2.5-hour show. I wasn't able to sit through and wait for my name to come up. But I would love to go and talk to these guys, especially because I think they're a lot less skeptical than I am. So I think it would be a lot of fun to kind of go on and be like, all right, well, yes, there's this, but that comes from maybe some less legitimate sources. But if anybody knows where that is, please let me know. And then aside from that, I mean, we gotta. It's that time of year. The next 2 videos we have coming out deal with Christmas. The one that we have coming out, sorry, not the next 2, but the 2 we're filming up next. There is going to be one on the Sodder family disappearance. That one's going to go pretty in-depth as well into the origins of Christmas. How does Christmas go from being just a feast in honor of Jesus of Nazareth to what we celebrate it as today? And then the one following that is going to be about Harry Potter, which of course is going to deal with Christmas because Harry Potter is a Christmas movie. And I will not be elaborating and I will not be taking questions. So, I thought I tried to find good Christmas is pagan nonsense on YouTube, but the problem is Mike has kind of already covered all of it. So I decided to pop over to TikTok to just see what we can get. You know, I think we'll start here, right? So here we go.
Who think that Christmas is the original holiday at this time of year, and we kind of gently, I know Frank and I kind of gently nudge our Christian friends and say, just remember, you got all this stuff from us, because we started this. The tradition of Santa actually comes from the tradition of the Oak King and the Holly King. And
that's not at all true. I mean, just off the bat, the tradition of Santa Claus comes from St. Nicholas. The tradition of gift giving, it's a little bit more iffy where that's from. The gift giving may come from the Magi, who brought the 3 gifts to baby Jesus at the Nativity. On the other hand, if the Santa Claus aspect and the gift giving come from paganism, they come from Roman paganism. They come from Saturnalia. A lot of people also think that the dating of Christmas is from Saturnalia or from Yule. If anything, the dating of Christmas is from the festival of Sol Invicta, which was the birthday of the god of the sun that was placed on what is now Christmas Day in AD 274. Now, there's also the question of, was that placed on the 25th of December 274 AD because that was the date they wanted for it? Or was it because Christianity was growing and Christmas was being practiced? Based on the fact that Christianity was still pretty regularly going through persecutions, I would doubt that. It seems more likely to me that Christmas was moved to be the same date as the birthday of Sol Invicta because Christians were trying to celebrate their holiday without having to worry about persecution. If you're feasting on the 25th of September in honor of Sol Invicta, well, cool, you're feasting on the 25th of September in honor of Sol Invicta. If you're feasting on the 25th of September, sorry. Amanda, could you do that in the bedroom? Please?
I'll just give them treats.
If it's, if you're celebrating Christmas on the 25th of December, it doesn't matter to anybody else that you're celebrating because you're probably just celebrating the festival of Sol Invicta. Not a big deal. If you're celebrating it at a different time of year, well, then you're drawing attention to yourself. And in the 3rd century AD, Christians did not want to draw attention to themselves because that was a good way to get yourself killed. I know there's a lot of Christians out there who will be like, I would love to be a martyr, or that was the whole point. No, not really. Christianity was supposed to spread, was supposed to, continue to exist until the end times. So that's not where that came from. Santa Claus is solidly, if there's any pagan Santa aspect, it is the gift-giving part, and that would come from Saturnalia. Saturnalia, on the other hand, was not gift-giving in the modern sense that we understand it today. It wasn't that you gave gifts to your family. It wasn't that you woke up and there were gifts that were, out and about for the family that were left there by Santa. Instead, it was that you went to a market and you purchased gifts for people. So, a little bit of a different idea. Also, some of the Santa Claus stuff, the St. Nicholas stories, are suggested to perhaps have originated with Apollonius of Tyana. Thing about Apollonius of Tyana is that he originates during one of those intense periods of persecution and is in and of himself in many ways a copy of Jesus Christ. The historicity of Apollonius of Tyana is very much in debate, especially because all of the stories about him originate in the second and third century. He may well have been a Neo-Pythagorean stand-in for Jesus Christ, or even a direct attempt at getting rid of Jesus by reintegrating him into Greco. Mary is based on Ishtar? That's a take. But let's continue.
And Santa is actually the Holly King, who dies at this time of year and gives way.
Okay, Santa is only an acronym with Satan in English. Satan is not an English word. Santa is actually Spanish, but in this case it's English, and it comes from Sinter. So we get Santa from Sinter. Santa also means saint. It basically went through a series of weird etymological oddities to get to the point where this is the English word for Santa Claus. But no, Sinterklaas was the original Santa. So no, Sinterklaas and Satan are not cognate or acronyms in Dutch.
To the Oak King to bring back the springtime, because the Oak King reigns during the spring and summer, and the Holly King reigns during the fall and winter. And
also, I don't think this is actual paganism. Holly King and Oak King. Yeah, this is neo-pagan. I was gonna say, that doesn't sound right. At all. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, there's no Nordic pagan tradition of a Holly King and an Oak King. I'm pretty sure those come from Wicca. But
so Santa's ride is kind of his...
Also, look at what the Jehovah's Witnesses say about Christmas. I had to give talks about how it was pagan, which is funny that I am... Yeah, exactly. Like, the Jehovah's Witnesses are really special.
Passing the hat off to the Oak King for the spring and summer. This is a very pagan holiday.
It's a very pagan holiday invented in the 1950s.
Because it is. Also, the Christmas tree, our Christmas tree, or our Yule tree as we refer to it.
Not involved with Yule. I'm getting there in the research, but so far as I can tell, based on my study of medieval history in college, there was no tradition of giving people or putting up pine trees, evergreen trees in your home or decorating them in the public square at Yule in pagan tradition.
Is a very pagan holiday, and what they're doing is bringing in the greenery into your house so that you're bringing in life and vitality and all that the evergreens represent.
These people really did just take everything that one random dude said in the 1950s so that women would be sluttier and just took it to heart.
Out here who...
Since I realized what Christmas was really about, I never really thought about it the same way anymore. Do you know what Christmas is really about?
Oh boy, here we go.
It was a pagan holiday. Pagan holiday.
It wasn't. Yule is not Christmas. Saturnalia is not Christmas. Christmas is Christmas. It began as a feast day. It existed long before it was on December 25th, and it had nothing to do with anything that Yule has to do with. It's not a holiday of rejuvenation.
And they would do some heinous stuff on Christmas.
Yes.
It definitely wasn't baby Jesus' birthday. Nor was his name Jesus. Are you aware of that? You
Oh
don't know.
boy. Oh boy. We're getting into some special denialism here.
Yahshua.
I got news for this guy about where the name Jesus comes from.
His name today would be Joshua. Back then it was Yeshua. Since I realized what Christmas was really about, I never really thought about it the same way anymore. Do you know what Christmas is really about? It was a pagan holiday. Pagan holiday. And they would do some heinous stuff on Christmas.
He's not even saying anything.
It definitely wasn't baby Jesus' birthday.
Also, if what he's talking about is the Festival of Sol Invicta, I mean, just not the same holiday, just the same day. I mean, Easter and Passover are at the same time. That doesn't mean that Easter and Passover are the same holiday. Also, this guy saying Christmas was originally to celebrate the sun god Horus and babies was sacrificed. Nope, that's also not true. Most things you're going to hear about Egyptian mythology from people who claim that Christianity was taken from it are things that Egyptologists would laugh at.
Nor was his name Jesus. Are you aware of that? You don't know?
This is literally like me saying, oh my god, did you know that the feast of Saint Nikolai in the Eastern Orthodox Church, do you know his name wasn't originally Nikolai? It was Nicholas? That's how he sounds right now.
The real origin of Christmas goes back to ancient Babylon.
Oh boy, sure it does. Now we're not even in the right society.
The name Nimrod is Hebrew and derives from Marad, meaning he rebelled.
I'm not sure that's correct, but it might be. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough to say that he's wrong.
December 25th was the...
You know what? We have the internet. Yeah, it appears to me. I mean, we can let's do English to Hebrew. Hebrew dictionary. What do we got? We got the name Nimrod. All right. Okay, you're really gonna make me do that? There's a website I had that would show you the etymology. Is Nimrod from Marad? Ah, no, the Lord Ni of Marad. Okay, there we go. That's a different thing. And Marad. This is from Union Theological Seminary. All right. Number of years ago, the writer became convinced that the name could not be separated from the city of Marad and that it was the epithet Lugal Marada, a god worshipped at that place. The city of Marad was thus a center of great importance in early times. Thus, in the days of the kings of Ur, the patesi of Marad follows in rank. Okay, yeah. So Lugal Marada simply means king of Marad. Also, the name Nimrod does not appear. Like, I'm not sure where he's going with this. Because Nimrod is not who built the tower. The first Nimrod in the Bible is not necessarily the one who built the Tower of Babel.
Was the birthday of Nimrod. They celebrated this famous birthday over most of the known world for centuries before the birth of Jesus. December.
Pardon?
This famous birthday over most of the known world for centuries.
For centuries. They celebrated the birth of Nimrod, who would have lived 6,000 years ago for only centuries before the birth of Jesus? Stunning!
Before the birth of Jesus. December 25th was highly honored and recognized by Nimrod's...
Yes, the date of December 25th, which did not exist on Babylonian calendars, that was honored as the date of birth of Nimrod. I swear to God, these people don't even read Wikipedia articles. They just repeat shit they saw on Reddit.
Supporters. Many centuries later, it was Christianized as being the birthday of Jesus Christ.
Nope, that's not true. Hang on, let me just dip that bad boy down a little bit. As I said, the birth of Jesus Christ was probably originally celebrated in the spring. The earliest references we have to a birth date for Jesus point to late May to April, sometime in that realm. Or sorry, April to late May, like April 10th to May 20th, kind of that range. There's another theological theory for it as to how we got here, which is that John the Baptist's mother was 6 months pregnant when she came to Mary for the Annunciation, and 6 months, but past that, you probably had to do with Yom Kippur. So, because it was 6 months past Yom Kippur, that means that John the Baptist was born in April, or in March, sorry. And if John the Baptist was born in March and Jesus was born 9 months after John the Baptist, then clearly Jesus was born on December 25th. It's not the leading theory for how it got to be December 25th. The leading theory for how it got to be December 25th is that it was generally the end of a month, probably the end of April or the end of May was what it was probably believed to be. And then they celebrated the Annunciation. I think it was the Annunciation on the 6th of January. And so maybe it was that was the more important holiday. The one in the early Christian church, Christmas was not important. The 6th of January was important. So they were celebrating that, and then maybe they decided, you know what? The birth of Sol Invicta, we can get away with celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ on that day. He's the Son. It's probably not how it went down, but you get my point. It's much more likely that Christianity developed a holiday on December 25th as a result of trying to blend in with the local culture. It can't have been Christianization yet, because it wouldn't have been. It's too early for that. Christianity wasn't even legal. And it wouldn't have been the Christians stealing the holiday, because prior to the existence of Christmas, there was no reason for the Christians to have a holiday that day. They did not consider the birth of Jesus to be a day that they needed to celebrate. It was just kind of a commemoration. It was not a major high holiday the way that it is today.
Nimrod was the founder of a religious system that began in ancient Babylon and
Well, that's not really at all. No.
has always opposed God. The Bible states that Nimrod was a mighty hunter before the Lord and
Also, why are we doing the Star Wars music in the background here? What's going on?
began to be mighty in the earth.
Yeah. It just cuts off there? What? All right, we're not
Where do
doing
we
that.
get December 25th from then?
Let's
From
do
the
it.
pagan holiday called Saturnalia, which
Nope. It's the festival of Sol Invicta. Saturnalia was over by the 25th. Began on the 13th.
actually predates Christianity itself. Saturnalia
Still not Saturnalia. Wrong holiday. Also, again, Saturnalia is very old by comparison to Christmas. Feast of Sol Invicta beats Christmas by like 50 years, if that.
was a
What's this?
To hold her so she doesn't scream while I go to the gym.
Sounds good. All right, you.
week-long holiday
What was that?
I'm gonna change and then I'll come back out and have her sit until her daddy's okay. I'll put it back.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Ella! You're gonna hurt my books.
that ran from December 17th through December 25th.
Oh, he's actually right about that. I had that wrong. All right, I'll take the L. I'll take the L. That was my bad. I thought it was September 13th. Or December 13th. Why do I keep saying September? Anyway, still, problem here. It only runs to the 23rd.
During through December 25th.
Saturnalia was 7 days. Not. The math ain't mathin'.
During Roman times, they honored the god Saturn, which included
Except on the 25th, they were honoring Sol Invicta.
human sacrifice, intoxication, naked
Oh, really? The Romans. The Romans were practicing human sacrifice. Now, there needs to be a distinction drawn here. The Romans did have the Colosseum. That can look like human sacrifice, and if we were to just have the Colosseum and paintings of what happened in it and things like that for evidence, then yeah, you could make the argument that, oh, maybe this was a Roman form of human sacrifice, that they were honoring the gods by sacrificing warriors. The problem is we have Roman writing. And what that Roman writing tells us is that they abhorred human sacrifice. They saw this as games. We can debate the ethics and whether or not that matters, and if that's possibly worse, all we want, but it wasn't human sacrifice because the Romans were like, we hate human sacrifice. There is one Roman holiday that's actually believed to possibly have to do with I want to say Halloween. I believe it's Halloween, where they would make human effigy stick figures. They make they make mock humans out of sticks, and then they would put these sticks into the river and let them float away. And by the time that we get Roman authors writing about this tradition, its origins are so old and so obscure that they don't even know what they're doing this for. They're like, this is just kind of the thing we do. We think it might have to do with this, maybe. Modern historians and archaeologists who are not biased about whether or not Rome was committing human sacrifice, on the other hand, they're like, yeah, that's probably a tradition that evolved out of actual human sacrifice, and then they started using effigies so that they didn't actually have to kill people, and then we got that. Because we know the Romans hated human sacrifice. So no.
Sacrifice, intoxication, naked women caroling, and rape, and much more.
No. So he's pulling the word caroling out of his ass here, because caroling is a tradition that developed from another tradition called wassailing, which was more oriented around like mead halls and taverns, and then eventually, as it would spill out into the streets, that's where caroling developed from. So no, singing is not caroling by definition. Like, they're not automatically the same thing. There would be naked women. Here, what we got here? Let's go through really quick.
Which included human sacrifice,
No.
intoxication,
Yes.
naked women
Yes.
caroling,
No.
and rape.
No. I mean, that probably did happen, but not in, like, not because it was a part of Saturnalia. You know? Like, I'm not denying that there were probably people who were raped during Saturnalia. That would be foolish. But I am gonna go ahead and say that it wasn't part of the celebration at the, like, religious level. Maybe it was someone's.
And much more.
And much more, such as what?
The pagans had something called Saturnalia, and it was a time of lawlessness because all the laws were suspended.
All right, let's see what it really is. The only appearance of the word laws on the Wikipedia page, which again, Wikipedia is not the end-all be-all, but it's a great starting point. The only appearance of the word laws on this page is the part about giving them laws. Like, oh boy. Oh boy. How was it celebrated? I've never really looked into this much. All right. Human offerings. Saturn had a less benevolent aspect. One of his consorts was Lua, sometimes called Lua Saturni, goddess whose honor Saturn's nature. Pluton. Saturn is recorded as receiving dead gladiators as offerings. That's more a function of how Roman afterlife works than it is them being sacrificed. That's like the gladiators who died go to be with Saturn. I'm not going to say it's a direct parallel, but similar idea to the Norse Einherjar, the Vikings who die in combat and they go and train to fight at Ragnarok with Odin in the hall. So once again, completely off the mark. Party Lake 1776 said, but is there really all that much difference going between the Coliseum and going to the live leak or half of Reddit covered in war footage? No!
And people...
Also, for what I think maybe only the first or second time, this week's video on Friday has a content warning. I put the content warning before we get to it in the video. I don't have it like labeled as content warning because really only one little segment is offensive to the senses. So we didn't want it to be like content warning for the whole thing. But yeah, there is a little part in there that if you're squeamish, you may want to skip. It's only like 30 seconds. Feel free to go read about it on Wikipedia. It's there. I had to read it, so yeah. But you know, I don't want anybody to be like, oof. But here we go. So Saturnalia laws were not suspended. We have human offerings, we have a rite at the Temple of Saturn, and we have private festivities. Like, nothing in here said it's a holiday from all forms of work. Oh, that's what he's getting this. That's what he's getting this from. It's not that all laws were suspended. It's that everyone was off of work, so the courts weren't open.
Oh my god, people are stupid.
Like, okay.
A bunch of...
Also, if there's one guy you can never trust, it's an old, frail Southern man telling you about what the Bible says about a holiday.
Singers who actually wandered the streets naked singing, and then they had orgies, sexual orgies.
That part is true. Rome was a fan of orgies.
Was a mass thing.
It's a medical content warning. It's no video, just description. But yeah, medical content warning. Some gross medical experiments were done.
All this business about mistletoe, pagan, Christmas.
Mistletoe and Saturnalia, not connected. One is northern, one is Mediterranean.
Trees.
Ella, you need to stop it.
Pagan. Giving Christmas trees, pagan.
All right, guys, you ready? This is my favorite part of the show, where we discover in 15 seconds on Google how easy it would have been for him to learn the actual story. Christmas tree.
Here you go.
No, do not give me Google shopping. Go away.
Can you scoot back so she can go under the desk?
Why did it give me shopping? Get me off of shopping. Why am I on shopping? No, not shopping. Give me all. Give me all, not shopping. Okay. Have a good time. Here we go. It took me back to it. There we go. Christmas tree. Okay, so apparently at Christmas, if you look up Christmas tree, it's going to take you a little longer than 15 seconds. Here we go. Possible predecessors. Ella, for the love of God. Modern Christmas trees originated in Central Europe and in the Baltic states, particularly Estonia, Germany, and Livonia, now Latvia. During the Renaissance in early modern Europe, 16th century origins or 16th century origins. This is literally 2 sentences into the Wikipedia article. 2 sentences. And this isn't like the kind of thing where it's, you know, this isn't like, Ella. This is not, Ella is being very rude tonight. It's not cool, dude. Do you see how good Archie is being? Archie's just sitting there. He's wagging his tail. Come here, Archie. Come say hi. Come say hi to the people, Archie. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, come here. Yes, what a good boy you are. What a good boy you are. Isn't he adorable? Come here. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come on. Come on. Oh, I got you. Come say hi to the people. Come and say hello to the people. Is he not the cutest thing you've ever seen? He's just he's being so good. He's such a good boy. He's such a good boy. All right. I could. Oh God, no. You know, I'm not with how Ella's being right now. We don't want the Awu. We certainly do not want the Awu. Yeah. So anyway, I can't remember the origin of Christmas trees off the top of my head. I just know that it's not. It's not Germanic paganism. But yeah. So 16th century. Sometimes associated with Protestant Christian Martin Luther, who is said to have first added lighted candles to an evergreen tree. So Martin Luther is the first we get. Martin Luther, the original, the OG Protestant, the op of the Catholic Church, was not a pagan. Not a pagan. Oh boy. Earliest known dated representation of a Christmas tree is on the keystone sculpture of a private home in Turkheim, Alsace, then part of the Holy Roman Empire of the German nation, today France, with the date 1576. So the earliest known appearance of a Christmas tree is 1576, well into the Christian period. Tree of Paradise of medieval mystery plays that were given on the 24th of December, the commemoration of the day Adam and Eve in various countries. In such plays, a tree decorated with apples. Okay. So some people have considered that. That is, so that's medieval. Okay, what else do we have? Early predecessor appears referred to in a 15th century regiment. High sacristans refers to what may be considered the oldest Christmas tree. Note on how to put the Christmas branch silicet. On Christmas Eve, you will look for a large branch of green laurel, and you shall reap many red oranges. Okay, yep, so once again, Christian. Okay, pre-Christian traditions, use of evergreen trees, wreaths, and garlands symbolize eternal life was a custom of the ancient Egyptians, Chinese, and Hebrews. Tree worship was common among the pagan Europeans and survived their conversion to Christianity. This gave name customs of decorating the house with barn with evergreens at the New Year's scare away the devil and setting up of a tree for Christmas. All right, so that's Britannica. I've never come across that. Like, I have never come across that theory in my life. Let's take a look at Britannica's thing. Ella, for the love of God, stop. Let's take a look at what Britannica actually says. Yeah, okay. This is the part that gets me. Survived in their conversion to Scandinavia in the customs of decorating the house and barn with evergreens. That can't be solely distinctly traced to Scandinavian paganism. There's too many places. Let's see what it says. Placing a Yule tree at an entrance or inside the house during midwinter holidays. Where do we get this? What's the citation? There's no citation. All right, so no citation.
Giving out gifts, pagan.
Not necessarily. It could come from the tradition of the Magi giving the 3 gifts to baby Jesus.
Every bit of
I didn't
it is
see the
pagan.
super chat. Where
Every
was it?
single bit of
Oh,
it.
but is there really all that much of a difference? Yeah, I read that. Oh, wait. Was that... Whose was that? That wasn't yours. Okay, wait. Where's yours? I don't see yours. Where'd it go? There it is. In New Orleans, we have our own unique version of Santa Claus called Papa Noel, and his sleigh is pulled by alligators instead of reindeer, We also light bonfires. There is a new spirit science vid. Oh, good God, why? Why? Wasn't he stabbed? Can't he take a break? Can he just take a break after being stabbed? Archie, I'm so sorry that she's being like this. I'm so sorry. You're being such a good boy. You guys can't see him, but he's being so good. Okay.
Okay, but we've Christianized it all.
Nope.
It's Weihnachtsmann, which means Santa Claus in the Germanic languages.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not.
Hello.
It's
Also,
Weihnachtsmann.
this is another medieval one. This is one that doesn't pop up until, like, I think the 15th or 16th century in Germany.
Hello. Christmas is a lie. It was stolen from pagans.
Christmas is the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, which is about as pagan as an Italian grandma's house.
Starting with Santa Claus, who was a Norse god named Odin. Odin was a hot older guy with a long white beard who rode through the sky on an 8-legged horse giving presents to people.
The first time anyone said any of these things about Odin was in a book written in the 1990s, written by a non-historian, relying on sources that have now been discredited by real historians. Also, Santa Claus is not intrinsically related to the birth of Jesus Christ, meaning he's something we associate with the holiday now, but if you took him away, you would still have Christmas, which was the case for the vast majority of the holiday's history.
The 12 days of Christmas comes from
I'm just gonna let this guy cook. What's his, who is this? Catholic Answers. I'm gonna guess this guy and I don't agree on much, but he's on the ball for this one, so bravo, sir.
winter solstice, which is a pagan 12-day winter holiday.
12 days is the number of days from December 25th to January 6th, which is the Feast of the Epiphany, the day the wise men visited Jesus.
Kissing underneath the mistletoe. This plant was highly sacred in pagan ritual.
The first people documented as kissing under the mistletoe were English household servants in the late 1700s. Also, mistletoe is not intrinsically related to the birth of Jesus Christ.
The Yule star, in which each point represents one of the 5 elements, was placed on top of trees. Now everybody puts stars on their Christmas trees.
Have you ever heard of the Star of Bethlehem? Also, putting stars on Christmas trees is not intrinsically related to the birth of Jesus Christ.
But somehow the original star became satanic. How is this logical?
I don't know, maybe you should ask the Satanists.
Also, hanging ornaments on trees. Each ornament represented a god or a saint.
Where in the world are you even hearing this? Also, do you know what tradition saints come from? I'll give you a hint, not pagans.
King the halls. Pagans
Oh, the Catholic version of Saints does kind of verge on hero worship.
wanted greenery inside their homes because winter outside was cold and ugly.
You heard it here first. Pagans were the only people in history who thought of decorating their homes until Christians came along and committed the first case of copyright infringement. Also, decorating your homes is not intrinsically related to the birth of Jesus Christ.
Christmas caroling, pagan. Eggnog, pagan. Yule log, clearly pagan.
Are
What?
we just naming anything now? Arguing with
The Yule log is like one of the least pagan aspects.
relatives, pagan. Eating food, pagan. Breathing air, clearly pagan. Also, none of these things are intrinsically related to
Even December 25th is a ripoff. It used to be celebrated as Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, or
That's not how you pronounce that. This woman just pronounced Latin like it was Spanish. Wait, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it with Italian. Like, Dies Natalis Solis Invicti. Dies Natalis Solis Invicti. This bitch. Ooh, guys, I am way too tired. I slept like 4 hours last night. It would probably be like Dies Natalis Solis Invicti. Actually, Dies Natalis Solis Invicti. I think it would be. You can see Inspiring Philosophy. Mike's over here just giggling. This is actually the first thing she got right because it was the same date. That's it.
it used to be celebrated as Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, or the
Dies Natalis Solis Invicti. Dies Natalis Solis Invicti.
birth of the invincible sun.
the earliest evidence connecting this holiday to this date is from 354 over a
And maybe 336. Maybe.
century and a half.
Document from 354. That section may be as early as 336.
Earlier, Christians were already calculating the date of Christmas based on when they thought Jesus was conceived, March 25th.
Probably not. Probably not that one.
was dedicated to the gods Mitra or the Roman soul, but then Pope
Nope.
Julius I came along and he was like, nah, I'm gonna make it into Jesus's fake birthday.
Pope Julius did not create Christmas, and the date was not his idea. He lived in the 4th century, and those guys calculating it were in the late 2nd and early 3rd centuries. Jesus Christ came to earth to save all of us from our sins because he loves you and he wants to spend eternity in heaven with you. Merry Christmas.
Hello, Christmas is a lie. It was stolen from pagans.
Christmas is the
What would Jesus say about Christmas? Well, that's an excellent question, and I've got my own opinion on that, and I believe that Jesus would say, why are you guys celebrating my birthday when it's not my birthday?
Oh my god, he's right! Turns out, if you give a white guy spiky hair, a beard, and a weird soundtrack, and a green screen, I guess, he just says shit, and... Whew.
As we all know, Jesus was not born on December 25th. Well, why are we celebrating Jesus' birthday on a day that wasn't his birthday? Now, maybe your kids are small and you celebrate their birthday on a weekend because their birthday lands on a weekday, so you might move it a smidge, but nobody moves it months. And I think if Jesus saw everybody and told us exactly what he thought about celebrating his birthday on December 25th, he would say that you are all celebrating my birthday in honor of the sun god, Horus, where they used to sacrifice babies to please him. And
Middle-aged men really just be saying shit online.
Satanist reveals that Christmas is actually pagan.
Out here who think that Christmas is the original holiday at this time of year.
I, too, uncritically believe everything said to me by a hippie. Ella! My guy! Stop being a problem child. Stop being a problem child. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. It's very rude. You're being quite rude. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Christmas.
There you go.
Christmas trees have very pagan origins to them.
No.
Now you can stay if you want, but viewer discretion is advised. Now you can stay if you want, but viewer discretion is advised.
I'm gonna put myself through this for you.
Y'all over here participating in ritualistic, satanic, sexualized traditions and don't even know it.
Dude, I get so sexualized on Christmas. You know, I'm just out there in the most clothes I wear at any point during the year with my family, gorging myself on food and drinking myself into a stupor. So sexualized.
And yes, I was that kid crying on Santa's lap. Because why does this man know when I'm sleeping and know when I'm awake? Basically omnipresent. I'm in the shower thinking, he gonna know if I don't scrub in between my pinky toe enough. And that's kind of weird to me. Yeah, I do know in the 1800s Christmas was forbidden, deemed sacrilege, and the original version was even banned.
That's not true. It was a couple of sects. Oh, good. You've chosen to relax. Also, look at Archie. Look at Archie over there. Look at him. Look at him under the tree. Look at him under the tree. What a guy.
And in ancient Rome, I'm gonna let Huey explain.
The truth is, Christmas evolved from the Roman holiday Saturnalia, a winter festival where men gave gifts to each other. They also would get drunk, have sex with each other, and beat their wives. People would act so crazy on Christmas, the holiday was outlawed by the Protestant church until the 1800s.
Oh, that's not the darkest parts of the origins of it. Let's keep going. Yeah, Christmas was forbidden, deemed sacrilege. Let's ask Jehovah's Witnesses why they don't.
But by like the weirdo sects, like the Puritans and the Jehovah's Witnesses, my guy.
Celebrated. These festivals are massively contaminated by pagan customs.
Your mom's massively contaminated by pagan customs. Oh!
So we know that it's originated from a pagan holiday, right? During the winter solstice, you know,
Click
December 25th,
that. No,
there
please
were
don't.
worshippers of a pagan god named Molech.
I'm so tired.
And babies were offered as sacrifice to God as you.
Why do they always mix every single religion into one thing and act like they were all the same thing? It's like, oh, well, the Christmas tree is Nordic and the date's Roman and the baby sacrifice is Babylonian. Like, these motherfuckers.
You know, December 25th, there were worshippers of a pagan god named Molech, and babies were offered as sacrifices. The statue was made of brass, and burning fire would be in it, and the babies would sit in the hot brass arms of Molech, while the child is arsoned to death. They would beat...
Arsoned to death. Arsoned was the term she chose. Really just super intelligent here. Good lord.
drums to cover up...
I mean, that actually was a method of sacrifice. It wasn't... The deity wasn't called Molech, though. It was Baal. Baal Hamon, probably. Moloch was the method of sacrifice. Part of like 1776 sexy Christmas calendars. We're getting the sexy calendars done. We are getting them done. We found a photographer. Santa and Elf on a Shelf are tools of the government to indoctrinate your kids into being comfortable with the surveillance, watching everything they do.
Screams. And while this was happening, the parents would have a list of wishes that they wanted for the year. So that whole thing of sitting your kids on Santa's lap and taking pictures with them while they're crying, remember where that came from. Now let's talk about Santa Claus. Old Saint Nick. Old Nick means the devil, Satan. Before...
Or it's Old Saint Nick. Saint Nicholas. These people are... You know, Reagan once said, it's not that our liberal friends are stupid, it's that they know so much that isn't true. I think Reagan may have been wrong about some people. Not our Democrat friends. Just, I think to say that some people aren't stupid, they just know so much that isn't true. No, some people are just straight up dumb. You can't fix this level of stupid.
Christmas was actually created by Clark Clement Moore prior to 18...
Oh, cool. Good to know. It's not like there's so many documents mentioning Christmas going back way beyond 1823. I can't keep going, guys. I'm sorry.
So you've discovered that Christmas is pagan.
Yeah, this guy looks reliable.
And it's actually called Yule. And now you're wondering, how do...
Not enough people talk about St. Nicholas slapping man across the face. Honestly, we're gonna. But yeah, anyway, that's enough of that.
Our parents' first major lie to us as children is usually about Santa.
Oh boy. We got all three of them, boys.
We are easily bribed and appeased by the presents.
Mattis, I want you to imagine 5 Ellas and 5 Archies in one room. Oh, I have heard of Bardcore, yes. Alright, should I do the spirit science one? Should I do it? Do I do spirit science? Well, we will do that one. Guys, this is gonna hurt my soul. It's gonna hurt my soul. Oh boy. Oh, it's short. It's short.
Hey there. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Not really.
This video is going to be a little bit of a preliminary update for Spirit Science, and we have a much larger update coming soon. But today I wanted to pop in and just say hello. It's been a really long time, and I wanted to talk about a little bit of what's been going on in the last, well, couple months. The last month especially can only be described with one of my new favorite words, catabasis. This is a term that means journey to the underworld in a mythological sort of way. In a more modern New Age sense, this might be called the Dark Night of the Soul or something like that. Now, to be honest, I don't really feel it right to get into all of the details of everything that's taken place, but I do want to say this. Originally, Spirit Science was created where it was just me, as in Jordan, speaking through Patchman, meaning this guy, and bringing forth the wisdom teachings
Oh, I hated that.
and knowledge and information that had been so impactful to me. And I think a lot of people really felt that and have enjoyed coming along for this ride. However, after Spirit Science got pretty big, a lot of people just started calling me, meaning Jordan the person, Patchman. And I gotta say, I was a little uncomfortable about this. I didn't want to be necessarily associated as this Patchman character because I was like, Patchman is a character and I'm a person.
I don't want to have to be responsible for the things I said, is all that is.
And so, as a result of that, there was a schism that took place where I started speaking and recording these videos as if Patchman was his own character instead of just me. And as a result of that, there was less of my own personal energy and essence that was able to come through because I was putting on a character who wasn't fully just authentically me.
This is so culty. Oh my god, this is creepy. This is the creepiest shit.
As a result of the catabasis and everything that's taken place recently, I have to say that I'm really over all of that. At the end of the day, Spirit Science is...
He's using catabasis to say he got stabbed. Like, he's just not acknowledging that he got fucking stabbed.
not about the character of Patchman or even making really fancy videos, but making content that is profound, groundbreaking, life-changing, and super inspirational. It's about the knowledge and wisdom that when one hears it, it ignites some passion in their soul and a drive to be a better person. That's what it's really all about. And so I gotta say, I'm really excited to get back into making tons of content. And we're gonna talk more about what's coming up in the
like space Jews
near future. But first, in this video, I wanna share with you what we've been doing behind the scenes in the past month. In the past month, I was a bit displaced, and
Why do you think he got stabbed? You're telling me if you ran into this guy on the street, you wouldn't... I can't say that on YouTube. I'm not surprised, though. Also, he, like, admitted to raping somebody. Or at least said that he considered a sexual encounter he had with somebody to be him raping them. Like, it was really fucking weird, man. Like, the guy's kind of messed up, you know? So... Yeah!
I didn't actually have access to my desk or my workstation at all.
Because you got stabbed, motherfucker! Say you got stabbed!
So I couldn't really make any new videos, but my friend Violet and I passionately worked together on the Spirit Science 2024 Almanac of the New Age, and we...
That felt oddly erotic. That was very uncomfortable for me.
We just got it done. Now, we made an almanac in 2021 and 2022, and outside of Patch Tarot, this seems to be the most beloved project or product that we've ever created. Each year, our almanac series explores the cycles of the universe as it relates to our planet and the big changes that we go through each year. The 2024 almanac, however, is a little bit different.
I mean, I guess if it gives you peace.
Where we do look at astrological cycles and the influence that they have on the Earth and on us, we also take some time to focus on transcending the influence of astrology on our body of consciousness. As the great master Swami Sri Yukteswar once described, we must transfer our allegiance from the creation to the creator. Or as Hermes describes in the Hermetica, few can escape their fate or guard against the terrible influence of the zodiac, for the stars are instruments of destiny, which bring all things to pass in the world of men. If, however, the rational part of a man's soul is illuminated by a single ray of the Creator's light, the workings of these gods is as nothing, for all gods are powerless before the supreme light. And so you can see, for this year's almanac, it's been our intention to bring that understanding into the journey that we take together through the year. Every single week, there is a new wisdom letter that helps each of us connect more with the light of that creative essence within us.
He has gone full cult. He has gone full cult. Oh my god, this is creepy.
And transcend the limitations of our own minds and any cosmic forces that may be impressing themselves upon us, keeping us trapped in earthly karmic cycles. And so this book is available now, and I felt compelled to make this video first because it is a little bit time sensitive.
Because you needed to sell the book, my guy.
The journey of the book begins January 1st and goes through the whole year. The book is...
Wow. This is brilliant. This motherfucker's not just crazy. He's a genius. Oh, this is a dangerous man. This is a dangerous, dangerous man. I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all.
Also print on demand. So the moment that you order it, it is sent to the printer, and then once it's complete, it's shipped to you. Those who place their orders now will receive it before New Year's. And so energetically, we'll all be able to start this journey together. If this calls to you, and you want to grab yourself a copy in time for the new year, use the link in the description below to get yourself a copy. Now, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the end of this video. I know this was a quick update, and I did spend most of the time talking about our new product, but we do have a lot more coming soon, I promise you that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the support that you've shown over the years. Truly, without you, Spirit Science wouldn't exist, and so it's an honor to be on this journey together. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Oh. What was that? He's gonna make a camp or something next year? What's it called? What's it called? You guys remember this? Those of you who've been here a while? Remember the Observer Ranch where you can go to learn about how to survive the apocalypse? For just a low fee? All these people, all these suckers. Let's see, let's click here for the donation form. Minimum $250 donation. Like, this dude is just conning people into helping him pay for his stupid fucking ranch. Like,
hello, everyone. While I'm waiting for people to join here, I'm going to check and make sure the sun hasn't done anything foolish. At the same time, I'm going to check in on that sun diving comet. Oh, that's not the website I wanted to go to. Hope everyone's doing well this evening. Sun diving comet has almost reached the sun. Do a full update in the morning. I think there's a really good chance that this thing might actually survive perihelion, swing around the sun, and actually be visible leaving the solar system, which would be so cool. It has been quite some time since we've had anything like that.
he's just saying fucking words, man. He's just saying words. He's just saying words.
Wow.
Let's see. Let's get into the part of the stream where people actually ask him questions.
And it's a big city. It's got everything else that's wrong with the big city. Carolyn Food Forest. I recommend you all get a broad fork to break the ground for...
At some point in here, he's got to get pissed again. What's he doing?
Max Oregon, I'm not sure I understand your question there. I like that you favor plastic over a Faraday cage. I do as well. But you're still having an understanding of inductive charges to Earth, and how to protect against that is what to solve. So you're not going to, if you've got stuff in a plastic box, you're not going to have induction into those things. They're just too small. The problem is the induction that's coming at the surface level and within the ground.
With how much money this guy is grifting off of people, you'd think he could afford a nicer set. Like, this dude is one of the worst grifters out there, man. This is the guy who agreed to come on our show and do a debate about this, and then backed out the moment that he realized you actually have to answer questions. Michael Burke said, a $5 just because I like listening to you talk. Sometimes you're not even concerned with what you're saying, though sometimes very concerned. Well, thank you. Yeah, this is rough. But anyway, let's see what this guy says.
No, that the Bible says that Christmas trees are a sin. I bet you also didn't know that Jesus wasn't actually born on December 25th, that the church banned Christmas, and Christmas traditions are actually pagan. Christmas is usually considered the archetypal holiday of Christianity, but when you look deeper, you'll see that that couldn't be further from the truth.
We're gonna cite 19th and 20th century neo-pagan stuff as being ancient European. And it's not to do anything with our desire to, I don't know, undermine a religion.
This is what the church doesn't want you to know about Christmas. My name is Morg, and I'm an ex-Christian and a survivor of religious trauma syndrome. On my channel, it's all about spreading truth and blasphemy.
Yikes!
And instead of shouting out some sponsor, I want to thank everyone who makes my work possible. Now, I noticed that a lot of you watching haven't hit subscribe yet.
Yes, more Weird Bible coming in February. I do have to buy those plane tickets.
So, look, don't make me do a long speech.
Oh, the elves are at it again.
About subscribing, okay? Hey, if you like what I'm about, hit like and subscribe. It only takes a second, and it helps out a lot.
Asking for the like up front. Oof. Bad form.
Now, back to the video. Having been raised in a strict Christian household, Christmas was a very important holiday, but there are a ton of misconceptions about Christmas. Now, before we look at the Bible verse that condemns Christmas trees, did you know that Jesus Christ wasn't actually born on December 25th?
Yeah, that's well known. Nobody cares. It's a symbolic thing anyway, and the exact date was not the point. It never was. The holiday was not that important in the first place. Christmas did not become super culturally important until the Middle Ages.
Christmas Day, December 25th, was actually chosen to replace the Roman pagan holiday of the winter solstice, or birthday of the unconquered sun.
Well, he got something right.
If you're going by the Bible, Jesus was most likely born during the spring or some other warm month.
Yeah, again,
in fact,
any biblical scholar will tell you this. Any priest will tell you this. Any good pastor will tell you this. The precise date is not what matters. The symbolism is what matters.
Christmas is basically a Christian replacement of various pagan holidays, and this is really ironic because today many people claim that pagans are—
Why are you so close to the camera?
Trying to get rid of Christmas. One of the pagan holidays on which Christmas draws its roots is the Roman Saturnalia, except it was a lot more fun. Saturnalia took place in December, and it was a time of gift-giving, drinking, sex, role reversals, gender bending, and all kinds of fun. But finally, on December 25th, the birth—
Why do progressives always just insert their own opinions about what everything was like into things? That's not true. Like, yes, there was Roman bisexuality. Yes, there was cross-dressing, but like—
role reversals, gender bending, and all kinds of fun.
These things weren't necessarily always seen as good. And Rome had some issues by the end.
But finally, on December 25th, the birthday of the Roman sun god, or Sol Invictus, was celebrated. Christmas absorbed many of the traditions of Saturnalia and replaced the birth of Sol Invictus, the sun god, with the birth of Jesus Christ.
The celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ was already going on for hundreds of years before the creation of the holiday in the honor of the birth of Sol Invicta.
The Son of God. Yule is another pagan holiday that was given a makeover by Christianity, and they absorbed the traditions of the Yule log and Yule singing.
No! The Yule goat would be, but the Yule log and Yule caroling are both medieval Christian traditions.
Many Wiccans today celebrate Yule as
Wiccans!
As the rebirth of the great horned hunter god, which represents the newborn solstice sun. In fact, most Christmas traditions are rooted in paganism. Fruitcake, the cake that everyone loves to hate, originated in ancient Egypt.
Bro, it's a cake. It's not intrinsically part of Christmas. It is not an integral part. If you take away the fruitcake, as our buddy at Catholic Answers said, it is still Christmas. The only way it is not Christmas is if you remove the Jesus.
Egyptians placed cakes of honey and fermented fruit on the tombs of their loved ones so that they'd have a snack in the underworld. Caroling began as a Germanic and Norse tradition where people got drunk as hell and then went door to door singing to their neighbors' good health.
Funny thing about it, that developed in the 15th century. The Norse and Germanic peoples were converted 200-300 years earlier. This developed entirely independent of pagan tradition. Is it necessarily Christian? Well, if you're defining it by who it developed under, yes.
Health. What about kissing under the mistletoe? Romans used to have fertility rituals, if you know what I mean, under mistletoe.
I thought I read today that mistletoe was a Celtic thing and that it developed in like the 17th century. I'll have to go back and look.
Mistletoe also stood as a symbol for neutrality for Norse tribes fighting each other. They tried to negotiate peacefully underneath the mistletoe.
Yes, but that's not connected to Christmas. That has absolutely nothing to do with Christmas.
What about wreaths? Well, Romans loved wreaths. They used them everywhere.
Yes, most cultures that had evergreens loved wreaths.
And you'll find holly in many.
I think the Romans used laurel wreaths too.
Wreaths, which in Christianity represents the blood of Jesus. Don't you find that kind of weird, by the way? It's gross. But
pagans want to be all metal until it comes to drinking the blood of your Lord. Like, what is that? Ooh, I'm Satanist, abortion, let's eat baby guts. Ooh, yeah, I like goats and butt stuff. But like, when I say that every Sunday I go and eat the flesh and drink the blood of my Lord and Savior, my spiritual father, so that I may ascend into his domain, that is somehow not, that's weird to you? Get a grip.
Pagan groups believed that the Holly King did battle with the Oak King and that holly could ward off evil spirits. There's really not that much original about Christmas, and in the past, it used to be a lot more chaotic. In fact, Christmas got so crazy that at one point the church banned it. And
you can't stop saying the church.
1647, English Parliament banned Christmas, saying that it was a waste of time and sinful. Instead, it was decreed that December 25th should be used for fasting and humiliation.
The amount of bending the truth here, man. Certain sects of certain churches briefly banned celebrating Christmas. Some replaced it with fasting and humiliation, which was still in observance of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ, and therefore Christian.
For the repentance of sin. Christmas decorations, feasting, and celebration, they were all banned. The church is just so much fun, isn't it? But it wasn't only in England, because in 1659, the Massachusetts Bay Colony made...
Oh my god! Do you know who actually did the Massachusetts Bay Colony, guys? It was England.
It a criminal offense to celebrate Christmas and declared that whosoever shall be found observing...
They were fucking Puritans.
...any such day as Christmas or the like, either by forbearing of labor, feasting, or any other way, would be fined. Well, people didn't like this. There was a lot of rioting and chaos, and ultimately these bans didn't last. But the big question is, does the Bible say that Christmas is a sin? Well, not directly, of course.
Did he say he's got a slang crack?
course, Christmas wasn't celebrated as a holiday when the Bible was written, but there is a verse in the Bible that many claim says that it's a sin to have a decorated tree in your house, which, if that's
really
true, would make Christmas trees a sin. So let's take a look at that Christmas is a sin. Well, not directly, of course. Christmas wasn't celebrated as a holiday when the Bible was written, but there is a verse in the Bible that many claim says that it's a sin to have a decorated tree in your house, which, if that's true, would make Christmas trees a sin. So let's take a look at the verse right now. The book of Jeremiah says, "Thus says the Lord, learn not the way of the nations, for the customs of the people are vanity. A tree from the forest is cut down and worked with an axe by the hands of a craftsman. They decorate it with silver and gold. They fasten it with a hammer and nails so that it cannot move."
All right, chat. Pop quiz. Is this about A, an art piece, B, a decorated tree, like with the leaves and everything on it, like a Christmas tree, C, a sculpted idol of a god, or D, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough? You have 30 seconds. You are largely correct. It was wooden idols, not Christmas trees. Idols. That's what worked with an axe by the hands of a craftsman and decorated with silver and gold means. Why would they need to fasten it with a hammer and nails so that it can't move? It's an idol.
So does this verse mean that having any kind of decorated tree in your house is a sin, including Christmas trees? Some people think so. Others believe that's not what the verse means at all. They believe this verse just means that you shouldn't build any wooden idols.
Yes, that is the scholarly opinion held by everybody.
Well, what do you think? Tell me in the comments below. In my opinion, it seems like the verse is probably referring to wooden idols, but guess what? Ultimately, I don't care. The fact is that we should use...
You cared enough to make this whole video.
Christmas is a day to celebrate friends, relationships, have fun, and appreciate one another. So don't get...
Oh my god, it's almost like that's what the holiday is about.
Caught up in the mindless consumerism and drama. Have a tree or don't have a tree, I don't care, and it doesn't matter what's in this book. Next time someone complains about a war on Christmas, tell them to relax, go enjoy their Egyptian tomb cake, and blow off some steam with a Roman fertility ritual under the mistletoe. If you like this video, then check out my other video about this book the church banned from the Bible that reveals angels are actually demons. Make sure you like the video and subscribe, and hey, if you've ever learned something from my videos, consider...
Yes, that's definitely what it says. There's nothing else it could possibly fucking be. Also, just because I popped it up earlier, and I want to share one of my favorite classic Aiden clips. How about you believe in some bitches? Where are you? How about you believe in some bitches? This is one of my favorite videos that I have ever made. Where are you? How about you believe in... So I just wanted to share that. Let's see. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Wow, Hayden could violate my terms of service any time of the week, and I'm not even gay. I'm not gonna lie, that one feels like a punch in the gut. I'm not sure what to think about that. I'm feeling a little wounded, boys. Ah. Ooh, this looks like it's gonna be silly.
Sometimes the most
1 second. Let's take a look at this guy. Oh, my foot itch. Thoughts on Reddit monotheism? What is Reddit monotheism? I know what Reddit atheism is, but what's Reddit monotheism? Aiden, what if rocks are soft and just become hard when we touch them? I feel like there's gotta be some physicist out there who's made that argument coherently. Probably not correctly, but coherently.
scariest things are not unfolding in haunted houses, but right in front of your own door. Tonight, we want to take a look at creepy doorbell recordings from around the world. The man in the following recording was just relaxing on his sofa when all of a sudden, the door in the background swang open.
Swang. This is so fucking... Okay, so we're going straight bullshit
To this
here.
day,
All right. There's no good nukes anymore, man. Top 10 scary ghost videos to ruin sleepy time. Let's look at that. Unless you think there's a new Lazy Masquerade, maybe. We got new Lazy, or has he been lazy? Or perhaps hazy. Why's it gotta be one of the South Korean ones? That's not like a racist thing. It's a all of their news is in Korean, so I can't read any of it. You know, if it's German, I can usually piece it together or run it through a translator and get a good match. But what's another channel like Lazy? You know I'm a little ADD about this, and I get focused on my one channel at a time. Let's take a look at this guy. After this guy.
Top 10 ghosts caught on camera. Lurking in the woods. Justin Finder's TikTok account is dedicated to cars, bikes, do-it-yourself projects, and his family. Absolutely nothing paranormal or supernatural. However, 3 months ago, Justin bought himself a 2002 Nissan Xterra and filmed himself as he installed
haunted as fuck for sure.
all brand new reverse lights.
Today I'm putting some rear LED lights on my Nissan Xterra. These are the flush mount LEDs I bought off of eBay. They're pretty cheap. The lights are installed. I'm gonna take them back out and paint the bumper.
So one of Justin's viewers asks how well the reverse lights work at night, and Justin drives out into the dark woods near a lake in North Carolina to show just how bright the lights are. His TikTok viewers are shocked when the reverse lights illuminate something downright chilling.
The lights are definitely functional, but unfortunately I live in a city and there are street lights everywhere. But I can find a place to go test them. Okay, I found some really dark woods. I just put some tinfoil over the reverse lights. So I'm gonna show you what the stock reverse lights look like, and then I'm gonna uncover them and show you what the added reverse lights look like. These are the stock reverse lights.
Literally can't see anything.
And these are the ones I just installed.
Whoa.
Look how friggin' bright that is. This is amazing. Yeah, so these are not just for looks.
Did you see it? As Justin turns on the lights, an arm wrapped around a tree can be seen sliding its way slowly out of sight. After many comments from freaked out viewers, Justin finally sees the arm.
I will admit that does look like an arm slinking around a tree, but I would think that's a real person more than anything else, which is actually considerably more terrifying in my opinion.
And decides to go back to investigate during the day.
Okay, I'm leaving work. 2 blocks that way is where the arm was.
It's mid. Yo, imagine uploading what you perceive to be a horrifying experience to TikTok, only to have Alex Corp say, "I've seen this clip, it's mid." And yes, I am watching on 1.2 times speed because I am rather ADD. I can slow it down if you guys would request.
Okay, this road goes down to the lake.
Yeah, if you ever hear banjos out in the wild, just don't be there. Just be somewhere else.
Which is right there in a public boat landing. This is where my truck was backed in. Well, it's actually a path, and that is the tree with the stick leaned up against it. As you can see, people illegally dump stuff out here all the time. Mostly trash, but a lot of animal carcasses too. And this is the tree. And here we are behind the tree.
where my exterior was back then.
I'm about 5'10". I'm not a very superstitious person, so you're not going to get much out of me. I just think, if anything, somebody back here.
Now, even after all of
Yeah.
that, Justin
I think somebody back there.
still believes the arms simply could have belonged to someone that happened to be out in the dark woods. But what do you think? Could it be
I
a creature,
think
a
that's
ghost,
precisely
or
what it
perhaps
is.
even creepier? Is it just someone hiding in the dark woods? Let me know down
That's
in the
definitely
comments.
the creepiest option.
Cries from beyond. This next video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Peter Canova. Peter explains in his email that his friend was remodeling a house and was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Peter
What is this picture?
Canova. Peter explains in his email that his friend was
When is that picture from? It's not that it's a bad picture. It's like, why does it look like it was taken in 2004?
remodeling a house in Des Moines, Iowa that had been abandoned for over 10 years. Peter's friend shared a chilling video that was recorded by a tile installer named Javier.
We could have really skipped that whole thing and been like, this was a tile installer named Javier's video, but instead we gave like 3 different random dudes credit.
Estoy aquí en la casa de remodelación.
What?
Estoy aquí en la casa de remodelación. Acabo de rellenar, hicimos ese shower y esto. Desde hace rato vengo escuchando un llanto como de niño. Oigan. Pero el pedo es de que aquí en la casa esta.
That certainly does sound like a child crying.
Están todos los cuartos vacíos. Y me da miedo ir al basement, pero... Verga, deja checar. Porque allá afuera no hay nada.
Oh, that definitely does sound like it's down there. Oh, that's frightening.
Hola.
Oh, that, no. See, you know what? There is a difference between being brave and being foolish. Whether you're dealing with something allegedly supernatural or you are simply dealing with a human being, call the fucking cops, my guy. At the very least, arm yourself with something because something weird is going on in this home. Better yet, wait for backup. There's probably nothing you can do to make this situation better on your own. You're gonna need either EMTs or cops. And at the very least, get the GAT. You know? Pow pow. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ooh, no. That looks like a butcher room. Oh, absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not.
The loud cries of a child can be heard coming from the basement. Javier checks every room but finds no one.
You know what? I don't know what's going on here, but I don't like it.
There's an unexplained loud bang from somewhere, and Javier makes a run for it. Javier refuses to ever return to the house again.
Wait, no mames.
Yeah, no.
Before we move on to the next video, if you see any... Oh dear. Terrence Leonio from Windsor, Ontario, Canada often goes out into the woods to record himself overtone singing for TikTok and YouTube. One day he decides to stream live, and as he starts to sing, he seems to capture the attention of a passing deer.
Pretty sure he was looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking and I was confused. Alright.
And there's the deer, but did you see it? Terrence seems to have caught the attention of something else lurking in the woods. Several strange, slim figures seem to be hiding in the trees.
Oh yeah, that's spooky as
Terrence's
fuck,
TikTok
man.
viewers believe the mysterious creatures could be cryptids, Sasquatch, or even skinwalkers.
hear me out. There are other options. Such as heroin addicts out in the woods. Methamphetamine addicts. Crack enthusiasts, you might say. That's a lot more likely. And then, I mean, you could get down with the feral people theory. Even that's more likely than skinwalkers. That's just not what skinwalkers do. But yeah, you don't want to be there.
But what do you think Terrence's singing could have summoned from the deep Canadian woods?
Billy Joe and Bob Brownie? Yeah, no, fuck no, man. You get out of there.
This next bizarre clip comes from a small YouTube channel that is not even
They look like they're cannibals.
necessarily dedicated to ghost hunting or the supernatural. Partners Rain and Jenna post random videos to their personal channel, Sinister RP. These videos range from art and music to their own personal panel, ghost hunting or the supernatural.
Sinister RP, as in roleplay?
Natural. Partners Rain and Jenna post random videos to their personal channel, Sinister RP. These videos range from art and music to their own personal passion, which is exploring haunted places.
RP.
Now, Rain and Jenna do not claim that they are, quote, professional ghost hunters. In fact, they are a bit skeptical themselves, and they even invite their viewers to debunk any paranormal evidence that they find.
When we go out, we don't always find the craziest stuff. I mean, let us know. I mean, let us know what you think. You know what
Whoa.
I mean?
That short does not fit.
By all means, if we can debunk this, I would love to be able to. And if we can't, I mean, I'd love that even more.
But there is one video in particular that even the couple and their YouTube viewers cannot explain. First, the couple captures some odd sounds in this abandoned farmhouse.
This time, we ended up,
what do we got?
Capturing something else. Something really weird.
If you heard a squeak, I was...
No, I heard a ping. Hello?
Not much else happens, but then, by accident, the couple captures this.
Oh my god, look. Right here. Right there. You can just see it pop up and fade. Like, it's so obviously just a little asset. It's just a little shadow asset. It might have just even been a blur effect. No, it's a little shadow asset. Oh my god. Grifters. We got fakers.
Some dark humanoid shape.
Shame them. Shame the fakers.
Seems to appear near the door.
Amanda, shame the fakers. Good, good.
And then quickly moves away and disappears into nothing. Rain and Jenna try to debunk the...
What was that?
As their poor sweetie pie, she like fell off of the couch right in between the table and the couch.
Yeah.
It was like too small a space for her.
She did pretty good.
I heard some screaming as I left, but I decided.
Hey, you two, respect each other's personal space.
Ella.
Respect each other's personal space, you two. Rude. Ella. Hey, come here, buddy. It's okay. Come here, Richie. Come here. Okay?
She didn't get them.
Oh, you still want to come say hi? Come here, B. Come on. Come say hi to the people.
He got in her spot.
Come on, bud. Come on. Come on.
She jumped out.
Oh, you're fine. He's fine. It's okay. They're all right. They're just having a little disagreement. They're just having a little disagreement.
Up here.
Look at this little guy.
He is such. He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Daisy.
Don't you want to give him that whoop?
gotta switch your microphone, remember?
Oh yeah, I gotta fix my filter. Hang on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you guys the awoo. Here you go. Yes. All right, Archie, ready? Oh, 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 oh. Cutest thing on the planet. Good boy.
Why did someone say, what is Amanda to Aiden? What does that mean?
It's my girlfriend.
I don't know what that means.
Lee's my sister.
Fuck you.
Borat. It's a Borat reference.
I haven't seen Borat.
Then why do you keep saying my wife?
I don't say that.
You say very nice.
Because you say it.
Ugh, you are a poser. You are a liar and a scoundrel. A thief and a vagrant.
You want to sleep on the couch again?
It's my home.
I know.
You're gonna kick me out of my bed in my home.
Yeah.
For a second night in a row.
You kicked yourself out.
I know, I couldn't sleep.
I know. You kicked yourself out. He kicked himself out, Ella. And Ella got the whole bed.
Yeah, she really did. She really did. Amanda looked very concerned at like 6 in the morning.
It was 8:30.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I was like half asleep. I was like, huh?
I'm gonna be honest. My back is suffering.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Also, I am going to devour some of that chili.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yes.
I can see
I'm going to destroy that chili.
I can see it in your eyes.
Yes, thank you.
Also, gym was good. I did not run because I did not want to be
That's understandable.
And when I woke up this morning to come get you, I like was hobbling. There was just shooting pain in my hip.
Oh, BB. It's okay. You can take some Advil. It's okay.
I know, but then it got fine.
Okay.
It got fine later. It was just like when I first woke up. Once I took Ella outside.
Sensible.
I like stopped hobbling and more started like walking.
Perchance.
Yeah.
Forsooth. What? What are they saying?
I don't know. I'm just watching.
Oh, it's so majestic Borat moment. Well, yes, but actually no. Sorry, I made your dog awoo.
And I'm a fine Tartaria sleepwalks.
I apologize. Yeah. Anyway, ooh, can you put the chili on the stove? Just get it warming up.
I can do that.
I love you.
Yeah.
Do we have cheese?
We have 1 slice of American cheese if you would like it.
Oh no, that's not enough cheese.
For you, you can have your cheese on the bullet chili.
Don't you want some cheese?
Yeah, but I'm fine.
You could run over to the convenience store. I could run over to the convenience store after the stream.
If you really truly want to.
Amanda, I don't think you understand how much I want cheese right now.
Do they have cheese over there?
Probably. At least American.
Okay.
Or cheddar.
Okay.
It'll work.
I'm not going back out.
I will go.
I just like
I will brave the cold.
I walked all the way down to the gym and then
Yes.
I worked out for like 45 minutes and then I walked all the way back. I'm not going out again.
I'm not asking you to. I'm saying I will do it.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'll put the chilies on the stove.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
You got approximately 18 minutes left of your stream.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
You don't look aware.
Love you.
You seem to have no thoughts. Your eyes are giving
I am
cheek.
so tired. I am so tired. So anyway, back to the video.
Figure, and even invite their audience to do the same.
Now, of course, the first thing that's running through my head is, that might be one of her shadows, but... And that's what's still been going through my head, but I don't know. You know, everybody else now is saying, that's not your shadow. That has its own movement to it. And
if you watch,
When did I almost get missing 401?
I move and it stays still, and then it moves and disappears.
But there is just no rational explanation. So, what do you think? Check out this full video over on the YouTube channel, Sinister RP. Urban Exploration YouTube channel, Sinister
Rough. That's desperate, guys.
Urban exploration.
Faking a video to get views is rough.
Gone wrong. Urban explorer Andy Persons heads out to Albany, New York to see the old Tobin's First
Oh god, I have bad memories of Albany, New York.
Prize Center.
It was when Aiden and I were at the Days Inn in Albany, New York.
Oh no.
Yeah, a horrid time.
Which is a meatpacking facility that was built in 1924 and was later left completely abandoned. Together with his two friends, he makes his way through the massive old crumbling factory, and he discovers something truly unnerving, because they might not be the only ones there.
It's the fun part.
So this is where things kind of got a little weird. We were coming down these staircases, and I shined my flashlight to the left, and out of the corner of my eye, all I could see was someone in a black trench coat quickly rush over through the door and hide in the corner.
What?
I said I think I found the magic lint roller.
Woo! Alright, we're gonna need to slow this guy down a little bit, I think. Okay, yeah, so there was somebody else there.
I shined my flashlight down the elevator shaft that was right next to me, and all of a sudden, we all started hearing a bunch of voices and just people that were inside of the walls.
Oh, that's the problem. Okay, right, the filters. I'm silly. I'm so silly.
Yes, you are.
We just...
What? Wait, did you see that cut? Did you see the cut? There's a very, very, very abrupt cut here. Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's an abrupt and obvious cut.
We just decided to get out there pretty quickly and let them be.
A man who seems to be wearing a dark trench coat quickly disappears out of sight. Then the group hears voices coming from the walls all around them. Spooked by the creepy event, they decide to just get out of there. Now, whether what they caught is paranormal, I'm not sure. But as I've said before, sometimes real people are much more frightening. Anyway, you can watch the entire exploration of this creepy abandoned factory over on the YouTube channel, Andy Persons. Through the Looking Glass. Late one night, TikTok user Apple DeCastro decides to weigh herself on a scale in her family home in the Philippines. She stands in front of a mirror, and what happens next is truly bizarre.
All right. What are we seeing here? That is certainly a little odd. That looks a little more than artifacting. That's weird. She thick, that's for sure. Oh no. Amanda, no.
Apple's reflection in the mirror seems to move out of time with her body.
It does certainly look
this
like
could
that.
just be a weird CCTV compression glitch.
Or it could be staged and she has a twin on the other side.
But her brother Joshua actually sees it happen with his own eyes.
Considering there is a door
Another
right
camera
there.
angle records his reaction.
I'm not sure that CCTV cameras move like that.
Joshua can't believe what he's seeing, and he quickly goes to warn his sister. Together, they check the footage recorded by their CCTV cameras and post their creepy experience to TikTok.
Like, those are weird CCTV angles, too. This one's just, like, on the kitchen counter.
So could this be a glitch in the Matrix? A haunted mirror? Or just a really, really strange camera glitch? As always, I leave it to you to decide. No entry. As with most Japanese videos, I have no idea what the source is for this next creepy clip.
Oh, good. Archie, you hear that? They have no idea for the source. Crazy. You look like a Pokemon.
Shows two guys approaching an old school building that is under
what? Yes, he does. Your mom.
Renovation and is allegedly haunted. Even though there's tape at the entrance saying no entry, the two friends step inside anyway. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
Hi, Bubba. Oh, look at this boy. There's no one here, so let's go inside. Oh boy. If the door is open, we can go inside. Nothing is happening. It just keeps going.
いや、知らんねん。俺は知るわけねえんだろ。工事なんてやったことねえよ。お前はいつかあれだよ。工事で働くんだよ。
That was certainly a little creepy. Creepy, but could very easily just be an asset.
A mysterious woman wearing a white dress silently approaches the two friends from the darkness. She seems to have no visible arms. The two guys run in fear and scream for help. What happens next, we'll just never know. And whether the footage is real or not, that's up for you to decide.
Doesn't seem like it is.
The clip is chilling. Night shift. This next spooky video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Zoe from Perth, Australia. Zoe says that she's
Australia isn't real.
A registered nurse working the night shift at a nursing home. She says that there is one particular room in the nursing home that gives the entire staff the creeps. The staff says that they feel watched while in the room, and that the room often feels extremely cold for no reason. Some have even witnessed chairs moving around by themselves.
Wait, I love that one. Boris guards the foyer of my house. Boris is a mannequin filled with 175 pounds of tannerite and wood screws. Boris will not get down on the ground. Boris will not drop the gun.
One night, Zoe and the rest of the staff are gathered in the office when they notice something very strange on the CCTV.
Aww. Oh, I know. Boris sounds hot. Hey, yo.
The lights in the room start to flicker and dim in a bizarre pattern, and then
yeah,
some dark
that looks
shape
fake
seems
as
to pass
hell.
in front of the camera, not once, but twice.
Just
Now,
so
could this be
easy to
something
fake.
paranormal or just a strange lighting malfunction? And just what are those two dark
They're
shapes?
not even trying.
Tell me what you think. The Boy Next Door. Paranormal investigators K&L from the YouTube channel K&L Ghost Hunters spend the night at the historic Red Lion Hotel in Colchester, England. Built
This
way back
fucking
in
place again.
1465, it's no surprise. Hotel spirit of a guest. K&L.
This place is like absolutely fake. Wait, what was it this time? What is that supposed to be? It just looks like maybe there was a person back there.
A small head about the height of a young child can be seen peeking through the glass windows of one of the restaurant doors. Paranormal investigators K&L believe that they might have captured the spirit of the young boy that guests claim to have seen over the years.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say no.
What do you think this small figure could be?
But maybe, perhaps.
Let me know.
Perhaps
watch this entire
they do in
investigation
fact
and
have.
many
Perhaps they do in fact have a ghosty.
more over on the YouTube channel K&L Ghost Hunters. Dead in the water. In another strange video shared to the internet without a source, someone can be seen taking off their shoes after having walked through a waterfall in Malaysia and discovering small clumps of leeches stuck to their feet. Internet without a source.
Wait, what happened?
They've caught. And discovering. You can watch this in Hunter. Shared to the internet without a source, someone can
Oh, joy, shared to the internet without a source.
Be seen taking off their shoes after having walked through a waterfall in Malaysia and discovering small clumps of leeches stuck to their feet. And if that isn't horrifying enough, there's something else in this video that's very disturbing.
And they had leeches on their feet. Yeah, leeches. I like it. Amanda, that smells amazing.
You are
I'm very hungry right now. The Japanese in vid reminded me of Kasa Obaki. Wait, what?
Very disturbing.
Nasty. Nasty. Get that shit off you. Gross.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's fake
Someone
as fuck.
or something can be seen sitting on a rock
That's
inside
just a person.
the waterfall. Whoever or whatever it is appears to be wearing a white dress and has long dark hair.
What was the reason to
and
take
dark
this video? What was the motive? Why was it pointed over there? It's very clearly just a person.
arms. Now, without a source, it's impossible to establish whether this footage is real, fake, or even explainable. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
I like that my videos are getting dropped into Discord servers as ways to, like, correct disputes about cryptids. That is fantastic. Amanda, I have peaked. Yep. Although, I tried to get a mortgage today and it didn't work. Because I didn't make enough money the last 2 years.
But January.
Turns out I made literally 10 times as much money this year as I made in 2021. Yeah. Go hard, go stupid, but I don't have any money because I have $160,000 in student loan debt. But you know what's great? When we get married, we have $160,000 in student loan debt. Yours is real. Yours is a fart in the wind. I'm gonna kill myself. Whoo! I am exhausted. So, yeah, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this this program this evening. I hope it was informative. Hope you learned something. Just fucking celebrate Christmas the way you feel like doing it. I do it for the Lord. That is all. Good night, gentlemen and ladies. In no particular order, just like both of them. The variety of them.